never was that serious. It was never that serious. Quite frankly, will never be that serious. Never.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy.
That doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do? Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left.
Okay, so I'm reacting to the fat girl delusion and why we need to stop the oversized ego. And disclaimer, I have no problem with women that are overweight. I've actually dated plenty of overweight women, so I have nothing against them. It's just that we can all admit that if you are overweight, that happens. We all are to some degree. But you know what? Obesity is a different thing. And not all women look bad overweight. I think we all can agree on this, right? Like, there's actually some women out there that look better when they have more weight on them. Some women lose too much weight, and it's like, wait, now you look kind of strange, right? Like, you actually looked better when you were a little fatter. There are some girls like that out there. Like, you could see these two women that I have right here, and the one that's at the bottom right here, she doesn't look that bad. As you see, she has a little bit of curves right there. So like that, I'm not mad at. But now when you have one where the body type maybe doesn't flatter the curves like that, then maybe you should lose a little bit of weight. And like I said, man, this isn't to knock on fat girls. It's just that I see an increasing fluctuation of big girls in this country, overweight, somewhat obesity, trying to talk back or trying not to pay attention or trying not to listen to a man and acting like, oh, well, you're just going to do whatever you want to do and then you can just go get another man. You see, the times of social media has made these women delusional. It's made these women delusional, man. Because I believe that before social media, before Instagram, women that look like that couldn't compete with the girls in school. And I mean, I'm sure it's still like that. Or just in general. Doesn't even have to be in school. So it's like, yo, man, you got the average girl now out here basically saying, well, if you ain't going to be down with it, then I know somebody else will. They'll say things like they get hit on by guys all the time. Guys are always in their DMs on Instagram and all this and that. I'm just like, hey, you know what? That's cool. But just because you got that going on doesn't give you the right to talk back because you got a bunch of simps in your DMs. You know, there's some men out there that'll F anything, that don't care, that don't have any standards.
It was so delicious. And if you don't dip your sandwich into the soup, you're weird. And don't even try arguing with me. Then later that day, I had some chocolate and I made an iced tea with like cucumbers and strawberries. Then I had hot Cheetos and dip and I used dairy-free yogurt with a dip packet.
One thing that people will realize is that big girls know how to eat pretty good. I mean, all of that stuff does look good. I ain't going front.
For all my dairy-free babes, this is a hack. Then my husband actually made dinner and he made a pizza with zucchini crust and Brussels sprouts.
But it's pretty disgusting too. I would say if you're that big, maybe chill on the chocolate.
You know what? It never was that serious. It was never that serious. Quite frankly, will never be that serious. Never.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy. And I am 100% glorifying obesity. And there's nothing you can do.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do? Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left.
Okay.
Overweight people keep all the food in their belly.
Yo, that's one thing, is that someone who's that big, who I rarely see, but somebody who's that big, I usually never see fast anyways. I don't ever see them fast. So, you know, that might be true. That might be true in some ways, except for those of us that know how to fast. I've never seen y'all fast, and you should try it. Why don't you just test it out? Let's see how long you can go without eating. You're right. At that weight, you should be able to go a month without eating. This girl's not fat.
Ew. Love you. Nom 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 nom.
Why you gotta be eating though?
And our gorgeous.
You know, I just got this rule, yo. As long as the stomach is not bigger than the breast. Once the stomach starts to become bigger than the breast, that can be an issue.
How come I'm the problem here? I just feel like all fat people, when they're going to the grocery store, are just like, people are looking at you and judging you no matter what you get. If you get fruits and veggies, you're on a diet. If you don't, then that's why you're fat.
I would love if we could start listening to fat people and plus size people when they voice very real concerns and fears and insecurities. So, for example, we've got into this trend of when a plus size person says, I don't want to eat in public because I'm scared I'm going to get judged.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean?
That's a little extreme. I don't think people really care. Let me ask y'all this. Where can you go to eat at a restaurant in America where you don't see fat people?
Are limited, or that the ways in which you get approached are limited, or that like the things that are available to you more readily are limited. And I've been in a relationship for 4 years, but I still experience a lot of this because you can just feel that like you are not seen as valuable in the dating space. I know people say marketplace and that feels dehumanizing, but like to a point it's true. Like more than anything, what it is an awareness that like your stock is low and that a lot of women have a power in having higher stock, I guess, that they can use to, you know, get things for free or get men to do things for them. Like I am aware of that even as somebody who is in a relationship. I am not looking for love. I have love. Being fat doesn't preclude you from finding love or a relationship or getting married. It doesn't preclude you from having good sex or like exploring sexuality.
In some ways, being too fat does stop you from having good sex. I disagree with that because I've had sex with women that are in shape and I've had sex with women that were out of shape and that were overweight. And I got to tell you, most of the women that were in shape that had nice bodies, toned correctly, they don't have to be the perfect shape, but just at least like, you know, look somewhat decent. Like you didn't just let yourself go and eat too many Snickers and cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay. In that case, I felt that the sex was better with the women that were in better shape. So I do disagree with that one.
You're really going to get approached less than your thin friends. You are still going to have the awareness that there are a lot of people out there who won't date you or won't date you openly because of your size. You are still going to witness conversations where people talk about how dating somebody who looks like you or going on a date with someone who looks like you is their worst fear and they find it personally insulting. And that's just a lot for the ego to take, no matter how much other privilege you have or how many aspects of it you do still have access to.
All right, have you heard that your girl Jay is going to be at FatCon next week in Seattle? Well, if you hadn't, now you heard. Well, if you hadn't.
I can't believe that there's a FatCon. I can't believe it, man. That's how these people are getting on? Is by just because they're fat?
I'm so sick of mainstream body positivity because most mainstream body positivity is just straight size people reassuring other straight size people that they aren't fat. It's just a bunch of people saying things like, you're not fat, you're bloated. You're not fat, that's where your uterus is. Literally any excuse just to reassure their followers that their worst fear hasn't come true. So I just want to be really clear about something. I am not interested in soothing your fear of being fat. I am interested in creating a world that has no reason to fear fatness. I'm interested in seeing fat people treated with dignity and respect. I'm interested in seeing fat people gain access to the rights and resources we're currently denied.
She sounds like a fat activist.
When a thin celebrity wears an oversized t-shirt with high-waisted denim shorts, people think it's effortless or outdated or unstylish, which honestly just reeks of fat phobia and classism.
That picture right there is like straight racist. I can't believe that people actually watch this. I understand this is probably rage bait and just doing this for some clicks, but still, this is the scenario I'm speaking about, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. When the stomach is bigger than the breast, that's an issue. All right, this girl's hilarious. I'll give her that. She's actually funny.
Okay, I got this strawberry daiquiri. Okay, so I got these 2 chicken empanadas.
See, that's the thing, man. That's interesting about these women, man, is that these fat girls are all pretty, man. Like, if they lost weight, damn. I don't get it, man.
These were okay, but they were really sweet. I had this Italian sausage hot dog that had peppers in it.
Wait, I need to see her eat the hot dog.
It was so good. This time I also had quite a few beers.
Do you see the way she was eating that hot dog?
This time I also had quite a few beers because it was Labor Day and the last day of the fair, so I thought, why not?
I wanted to get this donut place, but look, the line goes all the way back there.
I've never had it fresh from the place, and oh my god, I had no idea how good it could be. Like, it's so much better fresh.
I was always on a diet. Diet pills, I was on diet pills that gave me the shakes. I was on every diet that you could possibly name. And in a lot of ways, I was achieving at the same time. I had always had this dream to go to NYU on a full scholarship, and I got it.
She was achieving?
And I had what I would now call scale-dependent self-esteem. And third, and perhaps my favorite, is accepting your body, understanding that there is a beautiful diversity of bodies in the world, and your body fits right in there, and it's perfect and fine.
Yo, is there really a hashtag of body positivity on this video?
BBW. BBW. BBW.
Yeah, this is what I want right here. Yeah, I want the catfish one. Show me her eating that catfish. Yeah, I want to see that fat black girl eat that catfish.
Yeah, he did. That fish ain't fried hard. I don't believe it. Yeah, it's like fried this fish. Hot sauce and hot sauce.
BBW.
Yeah.
Pretty crunch.
I need me a BBW. I want me a BBW.
Damn, the way she slurped that spaghetti in her mouth.
I want me a BBW. I want me a BBW. Go get you a BBW.
At least she has decent table manners compared to the others. Yeah, so this is the point, gentlemen. This is the point that we're trying to make here. Yo, it's all good. I have no problem with women that want to eat good, that looks good, it all looks great. We just talking about you eating like this on an everyday basis. Now, I get it. For her, she's famous. It's her thing. I think she's one of the first ones I seen doing this and got real popular. So I don't know her name, but I'm just like, all right, cool. If you know her name, please tell me in the comment section because I'd like to find more about this woman. But, you know, I'm just saying overall, it gets to a point to where if this is your girlfriend or a woman that you like, because I think some of us have been in that situation when we like a girl, we really think she's cool, but she's just fat and she needs to lose weight. We've all experienced this. But I think that if you're not doing this for TikTok or YouTube views and all that stuff, I mean, first of all, I would never date a woman seriously who was doing this as a profession. So that's that on. So, you know, but if let's say that this is a woman who does something else, you know, but let's say this is your girlfriend or your wife and, you know, like, hey, honey, I think it might be time for you to start going to the gym. Or what was that one girl said, you know, whatever terminology, whatever excuses they made. But if it's like, hey, babe, or you don't even have to go to the gym. You could work out at home. You could take walks. You could go for a run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's not use these excuses here about how you can't lose weight. I remember there's some fat girls that I was dating, and this one girl, early in the morning, the first thing she grabbed out of the refrigerator was a cupcake. I said, don't you want some eggs or something, or eggs and bacon or something? I was like, that's what you eating for breakfast? I mean, I guess some people eat donuts, but this wasn't no donut, man. This was like a cupcake with chocolate and whipped cream. But hey, you know, everybody got their vices. I ain't mad at them. I just think that it does get to a certain point where, hey, some people have come at me and talked about certain things. And it's just like, all right, is it affecting something between us. If it's affecting something between us, then I understand that. But if it's not affecting anything, if you're just like, oh, I just, don't like the fact when you do that, then that's understandable, and that's something that needs to be discussed. But be honest about the reason of why you have an issue with that. And I will say that I have an issue if you're fat. I have an issue if you're overweight. Didn't Kanye say on one of his rants, on one of his Twitter rants, didn't he say that if you're with the fat B word, it's because you ain't got no money? If you got money, you wouldn't be with a fat ass chick. If you got money, you ain't gonna be with no fat girls. Leonardo DiCaprio told you this in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. So we can't act like what we're saying here ain't true. So yeah, man, that's all I'm saying. Just lose a little bit of weight. Now, like I said earlier, if you got some curves, it's all good. Cause some of my homegirls and some of my friends will clown me and say, oh, some of my ex-girlfriends, they'll say, oh yeah, she was fat. Yeah, but you know what though? She had a big ass though. I don't get what, I mean, everybody has their preference though. Let's just be honest. Everybody has their preference. But wasn't there one other girl who was saying like she don't know sometimes if it's real or if it's just a fetish? So you also have that angle too as well. I don't know. All I know is that everybody's attracted to who they're attracted to. And let's not forget Lizzo. Remember Lizzo? When she was talking all that body positivity and being fat is good and being fat is pretty and beautiful. And then what happened to Lizzo? She went and she lost weight. Why? Because she got caught telling her dancers and fat shaming her dancers and telling them to lose weight and firing them because they didn't lose weight. And now look at Lizzo. She went and she lost a bunch of weight. So you see, that's why I think TED Talks and them, that's why I think they turned off the comments, because now they know that we're starting to be in a time where people want to lose weight and want to be healthy and want to look good. We're no longer really believing in that it's cool to be fat anymore. And Lizzo is straight proof of that it is not cool to be fat anymore. It's not really cool. It's actually cool to look better. So, I just saw another video too on YouTube where people were saying, oh, aren't fat influencers now becoming losing weight influencers? So
that chicken crispy. That chicken juicy, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all think. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. And you know what's interesting too is that I know a couple girls who eat like this. Maybe not to this extreme, but a little bit like this. And I gotta say, man, such a turn off. Such a turn off, man. I don't know any man that finds this sexy. This might be funny for YouTube views and all that. This might be funny for clicks on YouTube, but I gotta tell you, overall, this is very unattractive, highly unattractive. And any man who allows his woman to behave this way, again, beta male. An alpha male would not allow his woman, or a strong, highly evolved man would not allow his woman to behave this way. This is crazy. So I don't know what y'all think. To me, red flag, man. It's okay. I know that we all got things that we want to work on, but I would not allow a woman that is great in this situation and says, well, you just got to accept me the way I am. Well, I'm not losing any weight for you. I'm going to stay fat. You're going to have to just accept me the way I am. No, thank you. If that's the case, I will date you openly, possibly. But other than that, no.